Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Norman Network. And today, we're going to be reviewing DC Nano Metalfigs. So, I've got two kind of sets here to look at. So, let's jump right on in with the first kind of box set. So, that includes Lex Luthor in his, power armor type thing. Aquaman, just classic design. Another classic, Superman. A very shiny version of Supergirl. And Stealth Suit Batman, which I really like DC Nano Metalfigs. I feel like their design is really good, and yes, they are actual die-cast metal. These things are actually quite heavy, I'd say. But yeah, they're quite heavy. So let's start with Superman. Just go with the original superhero. So he's got a very nice classic design. If you can see the blue on him is kind of reflective and metallic, but the red is just classic. No Superman logo on the back. The classic little curl of his hair there, if you can see that. Try to focus in on that. And then he has some eyes painted on there too. The detail on these is really good for the size, because keep in mind that this is the size of my thumb right beside it. So it's pretty. Here's my pinky here. It's just about as big as my pinky. Not quite. So there's a lot of detail for this small of a model, and you don't have to paint it yourself as well. And I feel like these look really nice, and this one's just a very classic design, but it looks quite good. So next we'll follow through with the Superman family and do Supergirl. I'm assuming that this is the Kara Zor-El version of Supergirl, but I could be wrong. I feel like that's kind of the suit that she wears, though. She is all metallic printing except for her hair and her skin. The reds are the metallic, and so is the blue. The Superman symbol, or the Supergirl symbol, the river, if you didn't know that, the symbol isn't actually an S for super. It's actually the Zor-El family logo, which it's a river, and it means peace, or hope, I think. Hope. That's what it means. So, a little quick DC fact for you. It's a little bit deformed there, but the cape is really nice. And then the eyes are actually really well painted on there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's lots of detail in those. And then some shorter blonde hair. And I also really like the pose for this one. It's a little bit awkward, but I kind of like it. And so we'll continue on here, do Lex Luthor. This isn't a character I'm particularly fond of, but I feel like the model does a really good job of depicting him. So it's in his, power armor. This is the kind of thing that he'd wear in, a mech suit or something when he's fighting against, the Blue Boy Scout Superman. It's got a little kind of, it's not really a logo, or a symbol, but just kind of like a reactor, almost Iron Man-like. With some purple designs in and around there, just like his suit. And the back is this one is really molded well. There's a lot of really nice little lines and stuff in the suit. If you can see that there, I'll just try to get that to focus. And along the back, I would have liked some paint along the back, maybe some silver or something, but the molding really makes up for it. If you can see this, it's really molded quite nicely. So this is another nice one. So now I'll show you Aquaman, and this is kind of the problem with Nano Metalfigs. You can see there, Aquaman seems to be a little bit noseless, and that's because the paint on his nose is chipped off, and same with a little bit on the back of his head. This is a pretty simple design, some gold for the trident, and then just the green and the orange for his suit, which, if you didn't know, his suit is actually one of the strongest materials in DC Comics. You're not penetrating this thing. But it was probably dropped on the assembly line or something, and it chipped off a little bit of paint on the model. And it's just too bad because it kind of stands out. It's a sore thumb in the middle of the rest of these really nice models, but so just if it's probably just a defect with mine, but if you're looking to buy any of these ever, make sure you look for ones that aren't kind of chipped at all. Still a pretty basic, probably the worst of this one, although it's not bad. And then my favorite out of this box set, Stealth Suit Batman. This is a really nice model with a lot of attention to detail. So we'll start at the bottom and go from the top. He's just got black boots, but the silver is actually all reflective silver, which is the only reflective paint on this model, but it still looks really nice compared to, and I think too much reflective is just, it's too much. But the actual back of the cape is painted red, the front of the cape, where the back is black, and then the utility belt is red, and then there's this really nice V design. It kind of reminds me of Red Sun Superman. If you know who that is, you should look it up. But Red Sun Superman, it really reminds me of his suit, with the red bat symbol, and then obviously the Batman cowl, and little red eyes in there, if you can see that. This is a really nice one. So along with that set of 5, I've also got the Flash, which you can buy these individually too, kind of like the main 10-ish DC characters you can buy as individual sets, and obviously the Flash is my favorite superhero, so had to get him as well. This is a really nice one. The only thing I would have liked more of is maybe some reflective yellow lightning bolts or gold or something along the back, but the reflective red is really, really nice. Now, there's a few places that are a little bit inaccurate. First of all, his earpieces are not painted yellow, which it would have been really nice to have that. It just kind of looks off. His eyes, on the other hand, look really nice, but something a bit odd is they're painted with red, with that same reflective red. Maybe that's just the company kind of cheaping out on that, but it's a little bit odd to have reflective red eyes. The symbol here, it looks pretty good. It's a little bit tilted to the side too much, but it still looks pretty nice. This is more Series 2 Flash, so it would be 1970s, more of that suit, but with the lightning bolts along the side and then just kind of the flat belt along the front and the back. Also, in Flash suit, though, there's lightning bolts along the glove line as well, so that would have been nice to see there. Of course, that would be on both hands, and then the legs are molded in that, or sorry, not molded, but painted that yellow. And once again, on the back here, you see that chipping again, which obviously the model would have been positioned like this in the box, so you can't really see the little chips of paint. So as long as you're kind of posing them this way, they look pretty good. But I really like this one. This is my favorite of all of the models. Now, of course, I'm a bit biased because I'm a uber Flash fan, but overall, the DC Nano Metalfigs line is a really, really good one, and I would definitely suggest it to anyone. I don't know if it's still on store shelves, because I got these about a year-ish ago, and they still look really nice. But so if you can find them, they're pretty cheap, and I'd recommend picking them up. So yeah, these are good. I'd suggest them for any DC collector out there. Also, I want to mention, I haven't done it for a long time, the Norman Network Discord. I have a link to it in the description below. It'll be called the TNN Discord. That's kind of the abbreviation for it. It is a very, very fun place where lots of TNN fans hang out and just we talk about stuff. There's maybe like 10-ish memes posted daily, and lots of them are original. Just a really, really good community, and we've got everything. We talk about Warhammer 40k, we do fantasy role plays, and it's just a really fun place. So if you have time, if you have Discord, or even if you don't have Discord, it's completely free. Just head on over there and have some fun. So on that note, I would like to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!